The power of perspective. The growth mindset says, I can learn that given enough time and experience. The fixed mindset says, I can't learn that. It's beyond me. Welcome to Balance Cubed. I'm your host, Coach Joe Clementi. Come on this journey where we discuss the elements of a balanced and harmonious life. That's right, unscripted and unfiltered, your connection to a balanced, harmonious life. On episode 6, we discuss the power of perspective mindset. Now, I wanted to start this segment by focusing on a quote from John Maxwell. He said, "The power of perspective is an intentional discipline. It takes time and commitment, but it creates an understanding between you and the people you lead that allows you to move forward faster and with increasing success." That's an appropriate quote as we start episode 6 of Balance Cube. How we see our lives is how we live our lives. Our perspective is arguably the single greatest aspect of our uniqueness. It is also the foundation for one of the most powerful tools through which we can relate to and build relationships with others. Our perspective taking. We each have a uniquely valuable perspective on life, a lens through which we interpret our lives. Through our perspective, we define what makes sense to us, which is differentiated from how others see and experience life. We have a filtered lens through which we see, a GPS, if you will, that navigates our perspective. These emotional landmines that jar our mindsets and alter that perspective. However, we don't know what we don't know. And perspective taking provides a powerful tool to expand our own perspective by learning from the way others see life. The power of perspective is the belief that for every person that said it can't be done, there are 10 that found a way to do it. One in which failure is only a negative when the perspective is distorted. Our perspective at times are easily influenced by the external environment. That viewpoint can be redirected passively by acquiescing to the fear of the unknown. By standard of comparisons, we have the natural, acquirable abilities to craft our thinking, direct our actions, and build proficiencies that change course for our behaviors and our beliefs. The power of perspective reminds us that we are shaped by the mentors and moments that challenge us to be more than we believed we could be. We are owed nothing, but we are obligated to pay it forward. Those that touched our lives indirectly and those that impacted our lives directly. The innovators that came before us, those memorialized in photos, and the few who sacrificed all. The teachers who inspired our imagination, and the heroes that provided our courage. To the friends that never gave up despite our weaknesses. Our external support team that motivates us to keep moving forward in light of obstacles. Naysayers, doubters, and yes, even the haters. So here are 4 power tips for the power of perspective. Number 1, appreciate your own perspective. Use every opportunity to practice a growth mindset and take conscious actions that will lead you towards excellence in all that you do. The key to appreciating your perspective, to knowing and being the best version of yourself. If you're not living congruently right now with the best version of yourself, you have an opportunity. That opportunity is to appreciate your current perspective. Number 2, learning and growth. Live authentically. Be intentional, focused, committed, and giving. Whether you are implementing these traits of excellence at work or at home, always strive to achieving the best possible version of yourself. Learning to apply the methodology and the lessons gained through learning precedes growth. Learning to apply the methodologies and the lessons that you are gaining is learning how to grow emotionally, how to grow professionally, and how to grow spiritually. Number 3, be mindful to serve others. What if you served others with excellence today? What would that look like? Take on the responsibility to treat your peers, those that you work with, your friends, your business partners, your associates, your relatives, your family with an extraordinary version of yourself. Stay committed to this practice, and the relationships gradually, through time and progressively, will improve. So be mindful how you serve others. Number 4, presence. What if you had the attitude of presence with everyone you talked with today? How would that transform your relationship? I think it's key at this point to develop a hunger that always showing up and being present in the moment. That time that you spend with that individual and or that team is vital in your development as well as theirs. Perspective taking allows for the growth and further application of our own knowledge by expanding our own perspectives. I liken it to the equivalent of looking through a telescope with a cracked lens. The view is there, but the perspective is distorted. You see, sometimes we need coaches and mentors who will help sharpen our perspective lenses through which we see to create a more expansive perspective. Multiple perspectives are crucial to gain a full understanding of the concept, a single experience, or that environment. Tony Robbins says, it's not the events of our lives that shape us, but our beliefs as to what those events means. Quote, end quote. I'd like to end with one of my posts on LinkedIn. A glass emptied of its current content is ready to be replenished, nourished with new ideas and perspectives to revitalize the mind, body, and spirit. Maybe you've experienced a time when your emotional energy has been depleted. Sometimes pouring out is pouring in. If you're feeling empty, maybe it's time to engage in a meaningful perspective review. The work that inspires you to own your own creative genius. Focus on purpose when issues drain you. Is your intention aligned with your vision and mission? Lastly, find your passion. Passion is the caffeine that energizes your drive to take action. It provides the fuel to redirect your current actions towards those difficult and challenging actions. Pour into your cup by developing skills that enhance your ability to serve. Thank you again for listening to Balance Cubed with your host, Coach Joe, where we discuss the perspective of the 6 main areas of a balanced and harmonious life. Please share this with a friend or someone who may benefit from tuning in. We can grow this community with your help. We are grateful for your time. We're grateful for your download. And of course, throw those questions at us so we can address it on our next Balance Cube. And lastly, remember, you got this.